Okay, what's good, everybody? I'm here. I got the Midas L6 plus the Drawmer MQ-2. I'm pairing it with the Behringer UMC 404. I had a couple of hiccups, and that's what I'm about to share with y'all today. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is a little setup real quick. Let y'all see. The rack is empty. Let me put my mic a little closer. My bad, y'all. The rack is empty. I only got one stereo module right now. So, yeah. The first hiccup I had though was with the Behringer UMC 404 that it doesn't have dedicated line inputs. So it kind of makes the meters off balance basically, and like the left is higher than the right, the volume basically. So I had to use the gain plugin in Logic to try to set it up. I try to chat GPT it and Google it. Google told me to get some dual XLR Y cables or whatever it was, but the back of my Behringer, it doesn't send audio to my headphones or something like that where I can't even use it basically. So I have to. They try to make me do the halfway, plug the TRS in the back halfway, but they realized that ain't gonna work. So they basically just told me to get a new interface. So yeah, I need a dedicated interface that has dedicated line inputs. Basically, the Behringer doesn't have that. It's a cheap interface. So I just noticed that. I thought this was a cool interface, but come to find out, it's pretty cheap. But anyway, yeah. So that was my hiccups. But yeah, besides that, we gonna test this thing out. You know what I mean? And I got some loops and logic that I pulled up, so we gonna see how those sounds with this real quick. And let me lower it real quick. Not lower it, but change the settings back to Unity. And then we gonna go from there. Add a little bass real quick. I'm trying to see if I can hear a difference with the crush. Can y'all hear a difference? quick hip hop type of track. I think I'm gonna switch this to something else real quick. Let me see what this is. Let me see if I got the same settings on here. What's the game? 2. It's the same thing. Yeah, I just copied it. See if I could use. Let me turn this one on just in case. That's the same thing. Same thing. Try something different. Let's try something different real quick. Put this one on here. As you see, I got the game plugin on here. So I had to do this just to balance it, basically. Because if I don't have this on, I'm going to show y'all real quick. If I don't have the gain on, because of this interface. So if I don't have the gain on, you see the levels is like mismatch, basically. That's what's happening. When I put the gain on, delete this real quick. We're going to try something a little bit different. Let's try something like this. Let's hear it real quick without it. See if I want to do something else. Hold on. My bad. Yeah, we'll try this one. Put it on this one. I'm not sure if I could put all these plugins on different tracks. I might could, but you know, kind of scared right now because everything been acting up. So, and I want to show y'all, you know what I mean? So I'll figure that out later. You could really hear it with this right here, with this little break beat, jazz type of break beat. Little bass. It sound alright with the EQ, the compressor coming before the EQ. Kinda like that. And the crush on it. And I got the crush compressor for the EQ. That's pretty dope. You really can hear the crush on this one. Yeah, kinda like that. Yeah. The crush gives a little kinda like warmth and sound like a little distortion. That's a lot of bass right there. A little too much. Something like right here. Something like right there would be good. What's this? 320 hertz right here. This is 12.5 hertz, 5 hertz. Can't even see. 2 hertz, 2 kilohertz, 300 hertz. Yeah, I get it. I'm not an expert at this. Let's try the EQ first. Sound a little smoother with the EQ first. With the compressor first, you can hear it. But you gotta raise it up though. Some of that bass out. I feel like I gotta balance it a little bit more. Let me see. My bad. Yeah, see, it makes it even again. It sucks. It sucks I have to do all that though. You know, spend all this money, and I got a trash interface that can't, handle, this high quality, piece of equipment. That kind of sucks to have that. This, I waited like 6 months to get this Midas because Sweetwater was out of stock. Everybody was out of stock. People was overcharging for it. And then I got this Drawmer MQ, and that was like $500, 500 and some change. So yeah, I definitely gonna have to invest in another interface, and I'm not excited about that. I actually like this Behringer because it got a lot of inputs and all that type of stuff, MIDI, different outputs, and all types of stuff, XLR, or TRS, everything. So yeah, I'm over here looking at it right now. That's why I'm staring at this interface. I had it for a while though. I actually got this too. This is mono though. So this is why I got the stereo the MQ. the Drawmer MQ, because I wanted to do it with my beats too. If I would have got a mono, I would have basically stuck with, audio tracks, like if I was recording somebody. And I haven't been recording anybody in a long time, so you know what I mean. I tried my hand in it, but now I'm mainly making beats. So, and most of these instrument tracks in Logic are stereo, unless doing like a kick or a snare 808s. But with the stereo, you could do vice versa. You could do mono or stereo. If you got a mono, you only could do mono. You really can't make it stereo. You could force it into no, you could force stereo into mono though. You know what I'm saying? So to use your mono stuff, but you can't do vice versa. So at least not that I know of, unless you do like I don't even know what you gotta do. Actually, if y'all know how to do all that, put it in the comments. But yeah, I kind of like this, and I like this little drum break. It kind of brings out, you know what I mean, the sound of it. This is supposed to be like a EQ compressor that's like they took it from the Motown, 70s, 60 era. So it got a lot of warmth and get saturation to it. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's like a 3-in-1 kind of, module. So that's why I got it, because I'm on a budget and, I always wanted some gear like this. So yeah. Anyway, let me stop talking. Let y'all hear it real quick. No compression. Let's try it on some vocals real quick. Let's see if we could get some vocals, something. Some vocals. It would be under five vocals. Oh, gosh. Oh, that was way too loud. I think I gotta put this in here. Here. Turn this right here so I found it.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Got me in my bag.
There was some jazz type stuff. I think I'm gonna try to find it real quick. Where's that jazz stuff? Put some vocals in here. Let me keep looking. Put my mic a little closer. Y'all probably can't even hear me. Doing a lot, that's all. All right.
Shadooba-dee-bop-boo-da-dee. Shadooba-dee-bop-boo-da. Shadooba-doo-bop-ba-doo-bop-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
We'll try that real quick. Mute this real quick. Let's try this real quick. Let me put this plugin on here. Oh man, come on guys. Like that. Well,
Shadooba-doo-beep.
okay, let me take this off. Sorry. Let me move this mic.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. 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 Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
I like it.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
Oh,
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
I can hear it now. My mic right here.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. 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 Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
I like the highs on this.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know I had my mitre so.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
I was messing with this.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
Got a little bit of this.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
The highs, real highs sound good.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. 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 Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
Oh, right there is good.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
Kinda like that.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow.
Get some of these basses out.
Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. 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 Shadooba-doo-beep-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-doo-bop-beep-bow. Shadoo beep ba doo ba ba doo ba ba doo ba beep bow. Shadoo beep ba doo ba ba doo ba ba doo ba beep bow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like it. And I like this little setup right here. This box is actually smaller than I expected. And everything is lighter than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. It's very tiny. It's, I would, I could have got the L10, because if I would have knew it was gonna be this small, I would have definitely got a bigger one. But these modules, 500 series modules, are very expensive. You know what I mean? This is like one of the cheapest ones. They got ones for like maybe a little bit cheaper, maybe like 499 or 450, something like that. Maybe I can't even remember, but it's not that much of a difference. And the price difference of as far as like how high it goes is crazy. Like some of these is like 800, 700, 1,000, 1,500. Like it go crazy. So yeah, and I got 4 more slots, but all these is gonna be stereo. So I'm gonna get 2 more that's stereo. But I'm gonna wait though, cause yeah, I could buy and sell cars before I could. You know what I mean? If I build this, it's like a car, a nice little hoopty. For real. Like for real, these joints is expensive. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I'm gonna hold off though for a little minute. You know what I mean? I'm happy with that for now. Then I just bought some wires, like investing in yourself is expensive though, but I think it's gonna make me get more creative and have fun with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Clean up my mixes a little bit better. So that's what I'm probably gonna do when I get off here. I'll probably make a nice little beat and actually mix it down with this. And only thing I don't like about this though is like you gotta transfer the IO to different tracks to kind of you can link all the modules together. If you got three, you can just use your little 4 wires. I'm using TRS to XLR, basically going into the input jacks on the Behringer and then out the playback output back into the Midas, basically. So yeah, out the Midas into the Behringer, out the Behringer back into the Midas. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to use this thing and just get crazy with it, man. It actually is a beautiful piece, and I like it. I like all the knobs. I'm trying to think of what they modeled it after. This the actual rack though. So, but it looks nice. It's very beautiful. So, yeah, if y'all get a chance, grab one. Everybody was complaining about the noise and all that. I ain't hear no noise, and this is not a cheap module I'm using. It's not. I seen a lot of big YouTubers that really deal with music and showcase this type of stuff, and they was talking highly of it. So I actually found it from ChatGPT, and that's when I started searching it. And I actually was like, this is the one I probably like. It's a couple of, I wanted to try the Trident compressor. It's I think it's a opto compressor, but I want I want something like a VCA compressor. I think it's the DK 777, something like that. That one is a right. Yeah, it's a couple of pieces. I want the what is it called? I forgot the reverb. It's like a reverb. I think it take up 3 slots, but it's a reverb that they emulated from back in the days. There's a couple of pieces I really do want. I still got to do some research on some of the things that I really want, but yeah, I'm actually digging this. I'm already deep in though, cause I got this too. I actually wound up buying this. This was like 400, but this is fun too. So I'm about to get into all that. I downloaded a bunch of samples off of Instagram. It was like these little, free sample packs that people be posting. They want you to buy. I just took some just for creative purpose, so I could, practice more with that. I don't know if I could use them without getting sued, but I used it on YouTube tutorials before. You could probably check out some of my YouTube videos, and yeah, I ain't getting no trouble, so I'm assuming that I guess if you get big, they probably say something, but for my for me right now, I ain't really nobody. But yeah, it's your boy P. I was just testing out the Drawmer MQ with the Midas L6 using the Behringer UMC 44 interface. You know what I mean? I hope y'all like it. You know what I mean? Tell me what y'all think. Drop a comment, man. It's your boy P. I'm out of here.